There are 5 sentences you say to yourself every single day, and each one is costing you thousands of dollars. You just said one of them an hour ago, and here's the part that should scare you. A study from Princeton found that the average person makes around 35,000 decisions per day. Researchers estimate that at least 20 of those are financial decisions you don't even register as financial decisions. You're bleeding money 20 times a day on complete autopilot, and your brain is covering its tracks every single time. You open Amazon, you tell yourself, just browsing. 20 minutes later, your card is charged. You didn't plan it, you didn't budget for it, but your brain had a reason. It always has a reason. I deserve this. It's only $10. I'll start being better next month. Those aren't decisions. Those are lies. And today, I'm exposing all 5 of them. If you've ever looked at your bank statement and thought, who spent all this? Hit subscribe and smash that thumbs up. This one's going to make you uncomfortable in the best way. Let's get into it. Before we break down the 5 lies, you need to understand why your brain does this in the first place. And no, it's not because you're bad with money. Dr. Robert Sapolsky at Stanford has spent decades studying how our dopamine systems work. Here's what he found. Your brain was built for a world of scarcity, a world where food was uncertain, danger was everywhere, and grabbing a reward right now could mean the difference between life and death. That wiring made perfect sense 100,000 years ago. But you don't live in that world anymore. You live in a world with one-click ordering, buy now, pay later apps, and targeted ads that follow you across every device you own. And those tools weren't built by accident. They were designed by teams of behavioral psychologists who studied your brain's weaknesses better than you ever have. They know exactly which buttons to push. So when your brain lies to you about money, it's not because you're weak or stupid. It's because you're running ancient software in a world engineered to exploit the glitches. And billion-dollar companies are profiting every time your brain malfunctions. Now, lie number 3 is the one that's probably draining the most money from your life right now, and you have no idea it's happening. We'll get there, but let's start from the top. 4 words have drained more bank accounts than any recession in history. I deserve this. You had a long day at work, a brutal week, a month that felt like it would never end, and your brain says, you know what, you've earned it, treat yourself. So you buy the shoes, you order the expensive dinner, you book the spontaneous trip, and in the moment, it feels completely justified. But here's what's actually happening inside your head. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Psychology found that people spend up to 300% more when they're stressed or emotionally drained. 300%. Your brain isn't rewarding you. It's using your exhaustion as a weapon against your wallet. It's hijacking a real emotion and converting it into a transaction. And here's what kills me about this lie. Your brain never, and I mean never, says, I deserve a fully funded emergency account. It never says, I deserve compound interest working for me at 3 in the morning while I sleep. It never says, I deserve to not panic when an unexpected bill shows up. It only ever frames instant gratification as the reward. Your brain never says, I deserve financial freedom. It says, I deserve these shoes. Funny how that works. Now you might be thinking, so I'm never allowed to treat myself? That's not what I'm saying. Treat yourself. But know the difference between a planned reward and an emotional escape your brain disguised as a reward. One builds your life. The other slowly bleeds it dry. Lie number 2 is the quietest killer on this list. 5 words. It's only $5. This lie is sneaky because it's technically true in isolation. $5 is a small amount. Your brain knows that, so it compares that $5 to your paycheck, $4,000, $5,000, and says, this is nothing. This doesn't even register. That's called anchoring bias, and Daniel Kahneman wrote about it extensively in Thinking Fast and Slow. Your brain anchors every small purchase against your total income instead of measuring its cumulative impact over time. And that mental shortcut is exactly how small spending silently destroys wealth. Let me show you the math. A $7 coffee every morning, a $12 food delivery a few times a week, $15 a month in subscriptions you forgot you're paying for. Add it all up. That's over $8,000 a year. $8,000 gone. Not on rent, not on bills, not on anything you can point to and say, that's where my money went. Just dissolved into 1,000 tiny purchases your brain told you didn't matter. Here's the line I want you to remember. Nobody goes broke buying a house. People go broke buying lunch. Small leaks sink big ships, and your brain is drilling holes in your ship every day while telling you the water isn't rising. And right now, you're thinking of someone in your life who says it's only $5 about everything. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Send them this video. They need lie number 3 even more than you do. Lie number 3. This is the one I warned you about at the beginning, and I'm not being dramatic when I say this. This single lie has stolen more wealth from more people than any stock market crash in history ever could. I'll start saving next month. I'll figure out my finances after the holidays. Once things settle down, I'll get serious about money. Your brain is a master at pushing financial responsibility onto future you. This imaginary version of yourself that's somehow more disciplined, earns more, has fewer expenses, and magically has everything figured out. That person does not exist. They never have. Dr. Hal Hershfield at UCLA ran a fascinating study where he showed people digitally aged photos of themselves. What he found was shocking. Most people treat their future selves like complete strangers. Your brain cares about present you the way it cares about a close friend. It cares about future you the way it cares about a random person on the street. So when your brain says, "We'll save next month," what it's really saying is, let's make that some stranger's problem. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I told myself this lie for 3 straight years. 3 years of next month. 3 years of once I get settled. I sat down one night and actually calculated what those 3 years of next month cost me. $14,000. That's not theoretical. That's money I earned. Real paychecks that hit my account, and my brain talked me out of keeping every single dollar of it. $14,000 gone because of 5 words I kept repeating to myself. And here's the math that should terrify you even more. If you delay saving just $300 a month for 5 years, say you start at 30 instead of 25, that 5-year delay costs you over $130,000 by retirement, assuming a 7% average return. 5 years of next month cost you 6 figures. Let that land for a second. Your future self isn't more disciplined. They're just you, and for older, more tired, and dealing with bigger bills. Stop waiting for them to show up and save you. They're not coming. Your brain is an undefeated lawyer. It has never lost a single case for why you need something, and that is exactly the problem. The new phone, the faster laptop, the bigger apartment, the upgraded car. Your brain doesn't just want these things, it constructs an airtight legal argument for why each one is absolutely essential to your survival. Harvard psychologist Dan Gilbert has a perfect way of describing this. He says we're not rational creatures, we're rationalizing creatures. Your emotional brain makes the decision first. It decides you want the thing. Then, and only then, your logical brain shows up to build the justification after the fact. My old phone is slow. I need a reliable car for work. This apartment is closer to the office. None of those reasons came first. The desire came first. The reasons were manufactured to support a decision your brain already made. Here's a simple test that exposes this lie every single time. Before you buy something, ask yourself one question. Would I survive the next 30 days without this? If the answer is yes, it's not a need. It's a want your brain rebranded with better packaging, and the modern world has weaponized this. Limited time offer. Only 3 left in stock. Sale ends tonight. Every single one of those phrases is engineered to make your brain panic and reclassify a casual want into an urgent, desperate need. It's not marketing. It's psychological manipulation running at scale. And it works because your brain has never once said, "I think they're trying to manipulate me." It just says, "Hurry." Okay, if you're still watching at this point, you're ahead of 90% of people when it comes to understanding how money actually works. But this last lie, this is the one that keeps even smart, high-earning, financially educated people completely broke. And it's the most comforting lie of all, which is exactly what makes it the most dangerous. Lie number 5, the big one, the ultimate escape hatch your brain uses to avoid dealing with everything we just talked about. I don't have a spending problem. I have an income problem. Once I get that raise, once I land that new job, once the side hustle takes off, then I'll be fine. This is the most comforting lie your brain tells you, and it is dead wrong. There's a principle called Parkinson's Law. Expenses expand to fill the income available. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics backs this up every single year with their consumer expenditure data. As income rises, spending rises almost identically with it. People earning $100,000 spend almost exactly as much as they earn. People earning $200,000 do the exact same thing. The number on the paycheck changes, the behavior never does. Look at lottery winners. Nearly 70% go broke within a few years. Look at professional athletes earning millions who file for bankruptcy before they turn 40. These aren't stupid people. These are people whose brains told them the same 5 lies we've been talking about, just with more zeros attached. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to hear. If you can't manage $4,000 a month, you won't manage $10,000 a month. You'll just be confused at a higher tax bracket. A broken money mindset with a bigger paycheck is just a more expensive problem. Honestly, I'm going to say something controversial here. Budgeting doesn't work for most people, and if you've tried budgeting and failed, it's not your fault. Budgets ask your brain to make 30 perfect decisions a day, and we just spent this entire video proving your brain can't do that. Automation beats discipline every single time. Which brings me to what actually works. Now, most YouTube videos would end right here. They'd tell you the problem and leave you sitting with it. I'm not doing that. Because knowing you're being lied to means absolutely nothing if you don't know how to catch the liar in the act. Here's your counterattack. 3 tools, all free, all start tonight. Tool number 1, the 10-second check-in. This is the most powerful one. Before any non-essential purchase, pause for 10 seconds and ask yourself one question. Which lie is my brain telling me right now? Just name it. Lie 1, lie 2, lie 5. That's it. This comes directly from cognitive behavioral therapy. Research shows that simply labeling a cognitive distortion reduces its power by up to 50%. You don't have to fight the urge. You don't need willpower. You just have to name it. The moment you say, "Oh, that's lie number 1, I deserve this," the spell breaks. Your logical brain wakes up, and suddenly that purchase doesn't feel so urgent anymore. Tool number 2, the screenshot method. Every Sunday, take a screenshot of your bank balance. Don't budget. Don't track every penny. Don't download some complicated app. Just look at the number. One screenshot, once a week. Over 4 weeks, you'll start seeing patterns your brain was actively hiding from you. This works because of something called the Hawthorne effect. People naturally change their behavior when they know they're being observed, even when the observer is themselves. Awareness alone starts rewiring your spending. Tool number 3, the 24-hour lie journal. For one single day, carry a note on your phone and write down every time your brain pushes you to spend. Don't stop yourself from spending, just document it. Brain said, "I deserve a coffee." Brain said, "It's only $9." Brain said, "I need new headphones." By the end of the day, you'll have a list of 10 to 20 lies you never noticed before. That list is your financial x-ray. That's your brain's entire playbook, exposed, written out in your own handwriting. Now you might be thinking, that's a lot of self-monitoring. It's not forever. It's for 1 week, 7 days of paying attention to buy yourself years of financial freedom. That's not effort. That's a steal. And if you need to, rewind back to the 10-second check-in. That one tool alone is worth rewatching. It is the single fastest way to stop your brain from stealing from you. Your brain is not your enemy, but it is not your financial advisor either. It wasn't built for this world, and the moment you stop blindly trusting it with your money is the moment everything starts to shift. Pick one lie from today's list, just one, and catch it before you go to bed tonight. Subscribe, because next week I'm showing you the one automation setup that made me completely stop thinking about money. I'll see you there.